Hey everyone, so with many of you receiving your college decisions, or maybe you're just curious about why you may be rejected from college, well, this is the video for you. Now, quick disclaimer, this video is really intended for an audience who are looking and focused on competitive college admissions, so think top 20, top 10 schools, UCs, and just colleges with very low acceptance rates. For many of you, you might be wondering, like, why was I rejected? Especially this college admission cycle, there's a lot of shock, right? You see tons of brilliant students, but they were just flat out rejected. So why? Well, the first reason is institutional priorities, okay? Something that is just completely out of your control. You have to understand that colleges have their own goals, right? And so they have priorities when it comes to shaping their class. The first is obviously demographics and geography, okay? Colleges love to push marketing. Marketing is a huge thing. If you've applied to college, you've probably received something in the mail or emails or whatever about, yo, check out these new programs we have. You should schedule a visit to our campus, right? All of these things, all that marketing, promotional flyers, all that information requires numbers, and they get these numbers by shaping their class the way they want it. Okay, it sounds a lot better for them to say, hey, look, we have students from all 50 states rather than just we have students from 45 states, right? Next is recruited athletes and legacy admissions. I'm sure we all know this. There's going to be seats reserved for them, and that is just going to bump down the acceptance rates even more. So that is just quite unfortunate. And there's also an issue with feeder schools. But there are established sort of pipelines from certain feeder schools to these top colleges where, these colleges have connections, right? There are counselors at these feeder schools with connections who can call up the admissions officers and give certain kids a bump. It's a very shady thing, and these colleges know the curriculum at those schools super well, and so that is just a partnership that keeps going. Let's move on to number 2, and that is that you overestimated how unique you are. And this super important thing, I would say, boils down specifically to your activities section, also your essays, okay? Essentially, you basically look like every other applicant. I understand that when it comes to the stereotypical cliche applicant, you might be thinking like, oh, I'm not just the kid with academic stats of 4.0 GPA, 1500 plus SAT, whatever. Like, people understand at this point that academics alone will not get you into these competitive colleges. And so what will? Well, even at this point, you think about what are some basic extracurriculars that everybody might do, right? Stuff that doesn't really stand out. Like clubs, like Molly Gwen, debate, volunteering, whatever, right? But at this stage in the game, even stuff like research with professors in a lab, internships, summer programs, just stuff that in the past couple of years has been just so saturated and so many kids are going into it that they're just not that impressive to admissions officers anymore. So for students who are banking on those experiences in those activities for their application, it just does not hold the same weight to admissions officers. So that does it for the video, guys. If you want more videos just like this, make sure you subscribe. And if you learned something, make sure you stick around. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll make sure to answer those.